Today I'm excited to introduce my newest character, Whoop-De-Doo the Sarcastic Teenager. Gearbox announces a Tale of the Borderlands sequel. Whoop-De-Doo! Amy Hennig's Skydance New Media announces a new Star Wars game. Whoop-De-Doo! Square Enix's Marvel's Avengers announces that their next character will be Jane Foster Thor. Whoop-De-Doo. So this week when I was looking for a headline that really kicks me in the pants, that interests me, I found this one from IGN. Sonic Origins. Fans aren't happy with locked off DLC content. Premium fun costs extra. It's a great subtitle. But what do you think the C in DLC stands for? Anyway, reading through the article, it turns out that the fans are just 4 people on Twitter. But this thing intrigues me. I've seen many things like this, but never one like this one. We'll get to it, but first we have to explain what Sonic Origins is. It was just announced this week. It's Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and Sonic CD, digitally remastered for current generation platforms, developed by Sega. Sonic Origins delivers the legendary, non-stop Sonic action found in the original games, while providing a fresh twist with remastered visuals, added features, new content and modes and more. New content and modes and more. The theme of today's episode is what's content? All new animated content. What's the animated content? Is it animations? The remastered collection has announced 8 pieces of content not included in the standard edition. Pieces of content. Now, before we dig into this properly, we're going to have to look at that chart. And I want to make one thing clear before we look at this chart. It's funny. It looks like a joke. It looks like a bit. It looks like something I'm making up. And I want to make it crystal clear to you that whatever you see from the Sonic chart is as it appears on Sonic Origins website. Not jokes I've made up, jokes the Sega team made up. In fact, let's get all bits out of the way now. Play the horn. Play the car horn. Car horn now. Car horn. There it is. Okay, so let's look at this chart. Okay, so here are all the purchasing options for Sonic Origins. This image is just insane to me. Like first, just looking at this thing. It's insanely funny that each of these packs uses the exact same image as the complete game. Like why should the music pack have an image that would indicate it's a music pack? This just demonstrates a commitment to the bit. They are making this as obtuse as possible, and I admire it. Let's look at what we get if we purchase the standard edition, which is $40. First of all, main game, nice. 100 bonus coins included with pre-order. Any Sonic fan knows Sonic hates coins. Sonic doesn't collect coins, he collects rings, sometimes chili dogs, never coins. So what are these coins? What are they doing here? Players can spend coins to unlock new content from the vault. Try the special stage and more. If you are now asking, what's the content in the vault? It's too late. You fell for their trick. It's content. Imagine it. You will notice, and you see the coins in the game. At one point, there's a P over the coin, and there is simply no guessing what that P stands for. Mirror mode, unlockable in-game. So, early access to a mirror mode. Mirror modes, in my entire lifetime, have never been good. They've never been a thing I desired. Don't, and they're like, don't right now be like, what about Symphony of the Night? Don't be that person. I'm talking about mirror mode, specifically. It's always bad. Mirror mode is, quite simply, quite truthfully, the easiest, simplest way to make more video game without making more video game. Hey, look at this. Delayed input mirror mode. It's new content. New, unsettling content. Okay, we're going to skip a space for some reason, and our final piece of free DLC is Letterbox Background, which we'd only see in classic mode. This is, to me, the only thing we've talked about so far that could probably be content. Because the coins you earn, you're getting those coins anyway. That's just, maybe the coins are content, kind of. The mirror mode early unlock is simply not content by any definition. And then a customized special background is at least a piece of content. Okay, so in the second column, we see those pre-order bonuses are considered the Start Dash pack. And I think the reason we skipped that one row back there was simply to add visual variety to this chart, which again is very funny. The text in the first column makes this entire column redundant. And that only makes this whole chart more confusing. A+. Third column is the Premium Fun Pack. Coming soon. So we see hard missions. What are missions, you ask? It's a great question. Those are what you're doing to earn coins. The one mission we do see is in this one screenshot. Caterkiller Swarm. Defeat 5 caterpillars and reach the goal. So hard missions aren't content either. You're not missing out on anything. The hard missions are incentives that would allow you to earn more coins, and you could use those coins to unlock more of the content. But it's not content, it's not tangible. The caterpillars are the content. So the counter that counts how many caterpillars you kill can't be the content. Or can it? It can. Next up, character animation in the main menu. Very funny. After that, camera controls over the main menu islands. That is downright hilarious. Let me be clear. This is not an outrage. I'm not mad. This is, to me, masterful humor. Look at the screenshot, the only one we have of the main menu. Let me remind you once more, this is the Premium Fun Pack. Think of all the fun we're gonna have controlling the camera around these islands. And finally, some weird combination, character animations during music islands. Our one music screenshot is this, so I assume the music islands are more like this other one. So I don't even know what's being implied here. The Premium Fun Pack has no announced price right now, but I have to believe if this whole joke is gonna work, it's gotta be $5. But let's look at the next pack, which is the Classic Music Pack, and which only has one ring. Additional music tracks from Mega Drive Genesis titles. So once again, I'm going to assume that the music is just in those islands and just on that menu and not throughout the actual game. And if that is the case, just go to YouTube, man. Like, music is content, no doubt, not debating that, but widely accessible old music that is trapped in a music player that might have animations if you paid extra is, to me, not an appealing thing to spend extra money on. And then finally, there's the Orange Digital Deluxe Edition, which includes everything from all the other packs, and it costs $45 US. So if you're following all of this whole graph, all of these packs were only created so that you might spend $5 extra on Sonic Origins and pre-order. I've never seen anyone do it better. And here's my actual theory on this. I think $40 is a lot of money for Genesis era Sonic games that are now widescreen. I think that is Sonic inflation at play. What I imagine is that they started with $40. They started with what they want to charge for it, and then brainstormed what kind of waste they could pile into the trash can until it was full enough to resemble something that might be worth $40. And then all of this DLC, this downloadable content, is actually almost no content. And I think this is actually the way it should be. These are just nice little things that the people who don't want to spend extra are not missing out on at all. If you want to spend extra, here are pointless things for you. And that is actually positive. Think about if it was exclusive, like a level where Knuckles goes to the mall to buy Sonic some new shoes he wants to surprise him with. Like, you would be hurt. God, that would suck to miss out on that. But camera control on the main menu is nothing. It's genius. It's a box on a chart, but it's nothing. It's air. It's not content, but it is content. And that's where I'm at the end of this episode. I still don't know what content is. One special thing about this episode is that this is April 22nd, which actually means this is 1 year since I posted the first episode of Delayed Input. So that's kind of a milestone. And I know that I don't always come at these with a bubbly enthusiasm that maybe I once did, but I did want to let you know that I appreciate deeply having this weekly project that I'm able to work on, and then also a regular audience who's into it. I want to say I'm grateful for my patrons, and I'm grateful to the people who just click on the video and watch it, and that I'm grateful... Just that I'm grateful to be able to do this still. And this was also the last episode of the season of Delayed Input, the end of the Floral Polo arc. So, Delayed Input's taking 3 weeks off. In 2 weeks on this channel, I'll post some sort of haphazard, non-branded video on May 6th, and then 2 weeks after that, May 20th, Delayed Input will return. Hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. For the bonus bit this week, I'm about to take the Keep It Straight face while listening to the lyrics of Infinite Content challenge.
Infinite content. Infinite content. We're infinitely content. 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 All your money is already spent on it. All your money is already spent. Infinite content. Infinite content. Infinite content. We're infinitely content. Infinite content. Infinite content. We're infinitely content. All your money is already spent on it. All your money is already spent on it. All your money is already spent on infinite content. Infinite content.